Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here from Arizona doing an update video on the greenhouse, getting it ready for winter time. I have my propane heater set up, not that I need it yet because it's still in the 60s at nighttime. My tanks don't ever get colder than about 69, 70 degrees, so I'm not concerned about them yet. But I can tell you with this heater, I highly recommend it. It is completely safe to use. Procom, as long as you use this correctly in the way it's instructed, and again, it has to be mounted on something, so this is why I made this little cinder block mount here. I can mount it on here. I've used this all last winter. It has a thermostat, so when it gets too hot, it shuts down to just the pilot light. It gets to about 40 degrees at nighttime here in the winter time. We haven't hit that yet, but when it does, I can sleep worry-free because this keeps my greenhouse in the mid to low 70s with no problem at all on the lowest setting. Okay, so we'll start over here with this stock tank. Now, I want to tell you guys, I do sell a lot of my plants on a regular basis. You have heard me say this in the past, and I sell water wisteria like nobody's business. One of my best-selling plants, actually. And let me show you how many I have. And it's not because they're not selling. Like I said, it's one of my best-selling plants, but this is how fast it grows in the right conditions. I mean, this tank is completely, this side at least, completely overtaken with water wisteria. I did take a lot of duckweed out of this tank, so it's why I got some open spaces now. So I want some light to get to some of my plants on the other side. My swords are doing good. They've grown quite well, the ones that have not sold. I do sell a lot of swords too, but I kept a couple around just to keep experimenting with them. On this side, I have Ligwigia repens. I have this monstrous jungle val. That some of it, you know, this piece has got to be over 2 feet long. There's definitely pieces in here that are over 3 feet long if I can find them, but you get the point. I mean, this stuff gets pretty big. Banana plants. I got plenty of banana plants in there, as you can see at the bottom. You can see these leaves down there. Those are banana plants, and actually these lilies right here, these are lilies from the banana plant. So when banana plants actually feel like they need some extra light, they throw off lily pads. Look pretty cool in my opinion. I love it. They actually do that in my 125 as well. They're not starved for light in there, but I do dose that tank, so I'm guessing that that's why they grow lilies faster in that tank than they actually do out here. I did add sponges into these filters here, and I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of algae left, but not a whole lot, guys. I mean, this system is awesome. And here's extra water wisteria from the clippings from in there. So I have tons of that. The lily pads are doing just fine. The guppies are still doing pretty good because the weather conditions are just where they like them. The moneywort in here is doing okay. However, I did have an issue where the pump in that one shut off for about a day. I did have Rotala indica in here, and as you can tell, it's pretty much dried out and dead. A lot of it's making a comeback, so I'm just going to leave it alone and see what continues to grow in there. I really hope to get a good pile of Rotala in there, like just keep it growing and cutting the trimmings, because people like Rotala. So that goes to my last update right here, my goldfish tank. And as you can see, this big green monster that I actually trim every single day because people buy this from me. They buy this moneywort from me, and it's starting to flower in certain spots. So you can see, but this stuff has absolutely no problems growing in extreme conditions, guys. I mean, it gets really hot in here during the day. You know, it gets relatively chilly at night, but still pretty mild. But as you can see, this stuff is growing all the way to the water. And I do want to show you that the Ligwigia that I had in here is actually doing okay too. It has getting overtaken by the moneywort, but the Ligwigia repens is here, and it's there to stay. I mean, it's growing some long stems, and it's doing pretty good, so that stuff's doing all right. I didn't even know I had this stuff still in my system, but I have it. It's kind of like a foxtail hornwort type plant, and it's doing really good in the goldfish bin. The goldfish are all doing good. Let me see if I can get any to come up. They mostly just eat the duckweed. There's a danio. I have zebra danios in here too, and they've been in here for over a year, and they're doing just fine, and they breed in here as well. I don't sell any of the zebra danios, but that was just a project because I wanted to see what would happen if you just put them in a pond setting, and zebra danios do just fine, guys. Especially if you can keep your water temperatures, you know, around the 70s. And actually, I tell you what, in the summertime, this goldfish bin gets into the 90s, and everybody does just fine in here. But every now and again, you see some zebra danio swimming by, you see some goldfish swimming by, but they're doing just good. Everything is going good. I'm really impressed with the growth on this thing. Is amazing. But I have to say, I'm getting this all prepared for winter. And I do have to say, actually, I want to show you this real quick, just in case anybody's interested in buying this greenhouse. It's okay. I wouldn't highly recommend it if you have extreme temperatures like we do, because sun kind of eats through it. So I have another cover coming in. Once I get that, I'm actually going to put it right over the top of this, so it's kind of like double coverage on here, so it's actually be a little more insulated during the winter, so I can get a little more propane use out of this propane tank instead of filling it up every 2 weeks or so. But everything is going good. You guys have a great day. Please throw me a like, please comment, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day, guys.